Greetings, my name is Brian Ewald and I'm here at the PRS factory in Stevensville, Maryland, having a look at the SE Acoustic guitar line. We've got 4 different models in this line, starting with the A10E, the A20E, the A30E, and the A15AL. So let's go through and talk about each one. They all share the same Angelus cutaway body design. They also share a similar bracing pattern to the private stock acoustic guitar line made right here at PRS, which is an X brace across the center of the top and a fan brace that goes across the belly of the top. Another thing they all have in common is they have the same PRS acoustic piezo pickup system. It's got a volume and a tone control right inside the sound hole. It's very convenient to get to, and the battery is easily accessible right here on the heel of the inside of the guitar. They all have bone nut and saddle. So the first one here that I'm holding is the A10E. The A10 is all mahogany. Solid mahogany top, mahogany back and sides, mahogany neck. It has a rosewood fingerboard and rosewood bridge. Probably with the all mahogany guitars, has always been very popular with singer-songwriters. The mahogany gives you a very forward mid-range, not too heavy on the low end. There's still a nice top end, but like I said, it's a little warmer, rounder, great for strumming. Another thing with the A10E is it's slightly less traditional look. It's the only one offered in 2 finishes. You've got this beautiful black finish that is the only one that has the binding around the headstock and the fingerboard. It's a very bold look, and this beautiful tortoiseshell. It's a gorgeous guitar. So taking the next step into the A20E, which is the mahogany back and spruce top, you still get that mid-range from the mahogany. It's still very forward. The top end changes a lot with the spruce top as opposed to the mahogany top. It's a little bit brighter to me, maybe a little bit more low end. It works probably a little more broad for both fingerstyle and single note, like flat picking or strumming. It compresses to me a little bit more when you dig in than the all mahogany. So if you're a really heavy-handed player and you like the sound of your guitar compressing, this might work better for you. A lot of guys who play more like an electric guitar style and dig in and play single note things like the compression of the acoustic guitar. It kind of rounds it out for playing solos and single note stuff. So to me, this is probably a good middle of the road. Mahogany back, spruce top guitar is a classic acoustic guitar design for a reason. It fits a lot of players, a lot of styles. Jumping up to the A30E, where we have the rosewood back and sides. It's a beautiful figured rosewood. This has an ebony fingerboard as opposed to rosewood. It also has the rosewood veneer on the top of the headstock. Some of the more modern players who enjoy like the open tuning and they do a lot of percussive slapping and that kind of things might really like the sound of the rosewood guitar. You get that deep fundamental low end from the rosewood, but you get a really articulate top end, which shows off a lot of the finger style and slapping and that kind of stuff. But without being too mid-range forward, like the mahogany guitars might be. And last but not least, we have the A15AL thin line. This guitar, I think, differs from the other ones in the line the most drastically, both visually and sonically. One of the biggest differences is the thickness of the guitar. It's a slightly thinner body with both changes a lot of the way the guitar feels. For somebody who doesn't like a bulky guitar, smaller arms, if you don't like reaching around a full-sized acoustic guitar, this one is going to feel a lot more comfortable. This guitar is going to hold together a lot more in a live setting, in a live environment, especially in a band environment, without giving you issues. That's really his choice in that thin line body. Also, the back and sides are a dowel, which is a relative of Koa, a cousin of Koa. It both looks and sounds very similar to Koa. It's a little tighter sounding to me than the mahogany. Not quite as bright as maple, but definitely gives a nice pronounced top end. It still has a mahogany neck. They all have the same mahogany neck and neck profile. This has a rosewood fingerboard and the rosewood bridge. This also is the only one that has the birds in flight pattern. If you notice, with the 2 birds at the 12th fret, but the birds have a less linear line to them. So all in all, even though the body shapes are similar, the body shape to me is kind of the primary meat and potatoes of what a guitar sounds like. But then the tone woods really become the seasonings, and they change the they can really bring out the best in each player's sounds. Whether you're a heavy-handed player and maybe there's too much mid-range in certain guitars for you, the rosewood might be good. If you're more of a strummer and you want that round, kind of warm singer-songwriter kind of thing, the all mahogany works great. The mahogany with the spruce top is somewhere nice in between. This guitar works great for people mainly playing it in live environments. It records really well, but it also works great on a stage because of the thinner body. Or if you need a smaller guitar just for comfort, there's pretty much something for everybody in the Angelus SE acoustic line.